What is hashing and what does it do? Hashing is the process of converting an input of any length into a fixed-size string of text using a mathematical function. This means that any text, no matter how long it is, can be converted into an array of numbers and letters through an algorithm. The message to be hashed is called the input. The algorithm used to do so is called a hash function, and the output is called the hash value. Any text, no matter how long, a short word or an entire document, goes in and a fixed-size fingerprint comes out. Each hash value, or output, has to be unique. This means that it should be impossible to produce the same hash value by entering different inputs, and therefore the same message should always produce the same hash value, no exceptions. The hashing speed is also an important factor. A hash function should be quick to produce a hash value. Whether the input is a single character or a gigabyte of data, the computation must happen fast, in milliseconds. Finally, a hash function needs to be secure. It is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to determine the input based on the hash value, and a slightest change to the input should generate a hugely different hash. This is called the avalanche effect. In blockchain, hashes are used to represent the current state of a blockchain and to ensure its immutability. Every node in the network holds the same chain, and because every block is sealed with a hash, any tampering is immediately visible across the entire network. Every transaction contains certain bits of information, the amount being sent, the sending and receiving addresses, the timestamp, and so on. All of this information is combined into the formula to produce a hash called the transaction ID, or TXID. The TXID can be used to identify and confirm that a transaction has happened. The first block in a blockchain, known as the Genesis block, contains transactions that when combined produce a unique hash. When the second block is created, the hash of the Genesis block is added to all of the new transactions in the new block. This process repeats with every new block, always taking previous hashes to generate the newer ones, creating an unbreakable dependency. This way, each block links back to its previous block through its hash, forming a chain back to the Genesis block. This is what makes blockchain a secure, immutable, and transparent network. The hashes are not just security extras, they are the very structure of the chain itself. Hashing converts any input into a unique fixed-size fingerprint using a one-way mathematical function. A good cryptographic hash function must be unique, fast, and secure. In blockchain, hashes link every block back to the Genesis block, making the chain immutable, transparent, and secure. Subscribe for more explanations like this one.